What's up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome to part 3 out of my 3-part series on the review of this Prime Access. I'm going over all the items, and we are finally at Wukong Prime. So he was the Prime that came out with this Prime Access, and just like normal Wukong, he has the same abilities as normal Wukong. Let's quickly compare the stats of the normal version and the Prime version. So the normal version has less armor, energy, sprint speed, and shields, and that's pretty much it. Besides that, he has a custom animation on his 2 for the Prime version, and he looks a lot cooler, in my opinion. I really like the way he looks. They made his monkey tail even better. They took away his under part that was very odd before. I mean, it's still kind of there, but it's not, like, glowing now. And he's got, like, a much better helmet, I'd say. Although I'm not, like, super, like, sold on the helmet. I think he looks great. And yeah, all the abilities are exactly the same, guys. So if you've watched my previous Wukong videos, not much has changed here. I have improved my build now that we have a Wukong Prime out. I actually fully committed to a build, and we have basically all the mod slots filled. So here's the build I'm going to be using. But keep in mind, if you would not like to fully commit to this Primal Rage being on all of your builds, I actually have a no full commitment to the Augment mod build right here. So for this one, it's one less Forma. We're using normal continuity instead of prime continuity. We also have no, we could use our Exilus slot for like the peculiar mod, but it's really, that's just for fun and jokes. But yeah, if you want to go full in, and you'll have to keep the augment mod on the build, you'll put another Forma on in that slot for the Primal Rage mod, which is really good. I definitely would recommend it. And then they'll let you fit primed continuity in here. If you were to take this off, you could actually max out your mod, so no worries there. Okay, so that's the normal general use build. This build works for pretty much everything, guys. The other 2 builds we have are kind of just for fun. But let's quickly show how his abilities are working out. Just a quick overview. So 1, his first ability, Celestial Twin, summons a clone of you. If you have a gun equipped, it will have a melee equipped. If you have a melee equipped, it will have a gun equipped. It's an aimbot. It will teleport to you. You can press the ability again on a specific enemy to actually target that enemy specifically with the clone. And it takes your health and armor mods into account. It's kind of hard to tell if it takes adaptation into account. I want to say yes, but at the same time, maybe not. So we got some armor from our 3 there. The 3 also works on the clone, so the clone has a bunch of extra armor right now. If we use our second ability, the Cloud Walker turns us into a cloud. We're invisible. We can go through lasers. It will set enemies up for finishes as we go through them. It will also heal us depending on how much distance is traveled. It will also heal the clone. Okay, so that's his 1, 2, and his 3. As you can see, Peculiar Bloom does work on the clone, guys. It's using its melee attacks right now, getting some crits, putting some flowers on the enemies. Very important point right there. Just want to make sure that I spent some time on that one for you guys. And yeah, so we can individually target this enemy. When we individually target the enemy, it takes double damage from the clone, so that's really nice. Clone's getting low, we heal it back to full, heal ourselves back to full. And that's kind of how you're going to be playing Wukong, guys. You're going to be using this 3 to tank some damage. Depending on how much damage you take, it will give you more armor. Then you start just like going to town with your weapons. He's a pretty weapon-based frame, unless you're using his 4. So his 4 gives you an exalted stick that does really good damage. These guys are level 165. We're just like chewing through them in a couple hits. That's mostly because of the corrosive build that we have on our stick, though, because corrosive is good against these heavy gunners. It both removes their armor and deals bonus damage to them at the same time, so it's really nice. So that is the general gist of how you would use Wukong's abilities. Let's go over the Iron Staff, which is his exalted weapon, as we were talking about. So this thing actually came with these 2 dash polarities by default. So what I did is I added 3 V polarities on here. I added a V polarity for Condition Overload, a V polarity for Berserker, and a V polarity for Primed Reach. So the reason I put all these mods in here is because this thing crits a lot. So Berserker, very important mod to get you some more attack speed. Condition Overload, just a really good mod in general. This thing has a really decent status chance, honestly. It's not an amazing status chance, but it's enough to make Condition Overload work. And this thing does deal so much damage, getting 60% extra melee damage on this thing, guys. Really nasty. And Prime Breach is super essential on this thing because it makes the staff cover like a huge area, just with this mod alone. So, yeah, corrosive build on here. You could potentially put some dual stats on here. I did that, I think, on my old build, but I mean, I've been okay with the extra 1,000 damage, to be completely honest. We're just like chewing through dudes. Okay, so some additional things you can do to min-max your build here, guys, is you can actually put some gladiator mods on your melee weapon. So like the gladiator mods have this set bonus where you get additional critical chance per combo multiplier. So that actually will affect your 4th, the exalted Iron Staff. So if you don't really care about your melee as much and are okay with like some slightly weaker mods on the build, this build still works perfectly fine. But this also will influence our stick, which is really good. We really care about the stick on this build. And yeah, certain weapons will not be very good at the clone as far as aiming is concerned. The Zhuge Prime, whatever you want to call it, that thing seems pretty good with it. Let's go over some other builds we have. So we have this one, which is one of my favorite builds. I do use this pretty often. So this one is called Spy/Cloud Stalker. So if you guys didn't know, Wukong is one of the best spy frames in the game. I actually call him the best spy frame in the game. You ever having a problem with a spy mission, guys? Just use Wukong. This is with the Umbral build we have equipped currently. So we basically just use our 2 to go through the entire spy vault in like a couple seconds. Completely bypass all the mechanics of the spy vault. The camera can't see us. The enemies can't see us. The lasers can't detect us. So we literally just went through all those lasers with one cast of Wukong's 2, guys. Really, really nice for spy missions. This works on basically all types of spy missions. You can even use it on the Uranus spy missions, like the underwater ones. There's a few vaults in there that have to be done a specific way, but there's the one that in particular that you can just fly right through. Save so much time on that one. Additionally, like the purpose of this build is to use an explosive weapon while flying around in the air. So let's quickly just show that here. We're using the Cloud Stalker build, and we're using the Tsar Cannon. So basically, you never touch the ground. If you keep recasting this thing, it resets your airborne momentum if you use this again. So that's the purpose of here. We're not going to touch the ground. We look really funny, but that's okay. And our clone is still like attacking things too, so that's kind of nice. You can actually directly target him to attack things while you're flying around. Make sure you're not too far away, or the clone will try to get teleported to you. But you know, usually you can just focus on yourself for this build, honestly. Very fun stuff. And then another thing, guys, we have a basically a speedy cloud build. So the way that Wukong's cloud works is if you actually have sprint speed on there and you're sprinting when you cast it, it will make the cloud move faster. So this is just like a goof troop loadout where you actually put a bunch of sprint speed on your build and some high duration, and make sure you're sprinting when you cast your 2, and you'll be flying across the room extremely quickly. We're also using an aura mod forma on our Wukong, so we can actually put any aura mod we want on here. So for example, we have corrosive projection on here. On this build we have steel charge. Steel charge works very well with Wukong. And then one last build, we have this must red crit build, which is what I've been actually kind of enjoying. So as I said earlier, the gladiator mods have this bonus where they give you additional critical chance per the combo multiplier. So this build just wants to red crit really badly. We have Arcane Avenger to give us more critical chance when we take damage. We have Primal Rage to give us more critical chance on our stick. And we have 2 gladiator mods on here. Additionally, I was running the Darza Kavat. This gives you even more critical chance. This gives you 60% critical chance every 10 seconds, is it? Every 20 seconds, and it lasts for 10 seconds. We have this mod called Tech Enhance that gives us 30% additional duration. So we have like a 7-second downtime on the Darza Kavat buff. So we're going to basically be getting red crits all over the place, guys. Let's quickly just show that against these heavy gunners. Only test against 165s, dude. You don't even know, bruh. You don't even know how damage works, bruh. See, like, we get knocked down, so if you were able to hit handspring on this build, that would be really good. But yeah, instant red crits pretty much. That's with the Adarza, with all the gladiator, almost all the gladiator mods, and that's pretty much it in Kandi. So yes, I have a couple other videos for Wukong on the channel, guys. Wukong Prime is just literally a straight-up better version of normal Wukong, and he does all the things the old Wukong does. You can use him in defense missions, you can use him in interception missions, you can use him for spy missions very easily. Basically every mission type in the game, guys, good for Wukong. I don't know if I'd call Eidolon viable, but I mean, you could. He's tanky enough. You could probably bring him there. I mean, you definitely wouldn't be contributing much because he has no real huge damage buffs. So I mean, you could maybe melee the Eidolon if you're one of those guys who likes to melee the Eidolons. I do know that those people do exist. So yeah, that's going to be basically it, guys. Pretty short video for you today. Hopefully this was helpful to you. I'd say all the stuff on the Prime Access is good. The huge Prime, whatever. That one may be the worst weapon in the Prime Access, but still a very powerful weapon. And if you bought this Prime Access pack, guys, you have a very good loadout available to you. All these weapons are very good with the clone. Like the Ninkandi Prime, very good at the clone. It switches targets quickly. It hits very hard. It does good damage. And when it's using the huge Prime, it fires quite accurately. It does no self damage to itself. So yeah, it works out really well. let's just quickly just jump in here. We're not going to use our 4. We'll just show you how it works with just the weapons from this Prime Access with the gladiator build on the... Okay, they all got pushed off the ledge. But that is fine. Still getting some red crits because of those gladiator mods. We're tanky enough that we're not really getting hurt too badly. And the clone is still full health, so... Pretty nice stuff, guys. I definitely recommend him to you. I will see you in the next video. There will be a TennoCon discussion video tomorrow or the next day. I've been really busy trying to get these videos out as soon as I can for you guys, and I want to make sure the TennoCon one is fun. We might just do like a watch along for the entire Warframe stream, and then we'll just I'll give comments on it as we go, my opinions on things, because not everything is perfect, unfortunately. But yeah, I will see you guys then. Peace.